Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing details. Launched for 2022, this is the latest version of the Cartier Santos De Cartier large model. Blue PVD on an all-new straight bezel with a strap and a dial to match. Let's talk about the basic dimensions, then dive into some of the refinements. So this is the large model, part of the 2018 redesign of the Santos family. It measures 39.8 millimeters from 9 to 3, not inclusive of the crown or the crown guards. I measure it at 9.4 millimeters thick, and it is 47.5 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip. We throw it on my wrist of 16 centimeters in circumference, and I would say it wears about as you would expect a 41 millimeter round watch to wear. It is quite flat and it slides easily underneath the cuff. And you can see that it's relatively constrained across the wrist, so a woman who prefers larger watches could probably pull this off. I think you could wear this on a 14 centimeter circumference wrist. Now the timepiece is a sports watch, but being as low slung as it is, it'll also work well as a dress watch. And if you wish, Cartier does sell accessory leather straps for the timepiece. This one comes with an accessory rubber strap, so it matches the strakes and the blue color of both the center dial and the bezel, and then that straked blue profile continues down through the rubber strap, which also features these simulated steel bolts, so there's a seamless transition from one to the other. You may ask, how is that possible? Well, this watch includes both Smart Link and Quick Switch. This is Quick Switch. It allows you to quickly and easily switch from one bracelet or strap to another. Now we also have Smart Link, and these are Smart Links. First of all, notice how many of these links are removable. You get many removable links, so incremental sizing is likely to end in success. Underneath, you can see there are these little oblong tabs, and this is really very simple and quite brilliant, but you press the tab, and as you do so, it releases the retaining bar that holds the link in place. So I don't have much nail, but I still have enough to activate the Smart Link. It pops out just like that, and they know their customer. They realize you'll lose this piece, so it doesn't withdraw entirely. You push it back in to restore the bracelet. It's that simple. It snaps right back into position. We have a double folding clasp here. You can see it's a twin trigger. It's made of thick gauge steel, so it's quite robust, and it is a sequential close, so one size closes before the other. There's a twin trigger release system underneath, a Cartier integrated double C logo, and yes, the strap comes with a separate steel deployant clasp. This is not a one-size-fits-all clasp. You don't have to transfer it. The watch comes with a second. You can see that the bracelet is slightly tapered, which I like because that's a mark of refinement. And with the exception of the polished simulated bolts, it is all of satin finish with outstanding tolerances between the links. Very little gap shows, and that's impressive. Cartier is a fully integrated manufacturer today out of Le Chaux-de-Fonds. They have the faculties and facilities to make bracelets, cases, dials, clasps, and movements. Now, this is an impressive watch, and it dates back to 1904, because that is when the first Santos de Cartier was created. Louis Cartier had a friend, Alberto Santos Dumont, of Brazil. He was an aviator, but not of airplanes. Not at that point in his career. He flew airships, and they required two hands to operate. So a pocket watch was out of the question. He couldn't go fishing into his pockets. So a wristwatch was created to sit on his wrist, so even when his hand was on the control, he could see the time. In the process, Louis Cartier created one of the world's first ever wristwatches, first sports watches, and what was undoubtedly the first ever pilot's watch. Now, what makes this example different is the PVD bezel and the new dial, along with the custom strap that is made for this model. Let's actually put the bracelet back together. So no theory, let's talk practice. I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm going to show you how all of this works. It's really quite simple. It's easier if you have a lot of superfluous fingernail. I don't have a whole lot. I have to do manicures so I can be picture perfect for you guys. You just pop that little bar right back in there. And because it is spring-loaded, you do need to overextend it a little bit into the link, and then it fixes itself in place just like that. Now, pop the Quick Switch back into the case, and we're ready to rock like Alberto. You can see how on the wrist it would be visible even if your hand is on a tiller, a wheel, or a lever. Lots of detail. The bezel is now PVD blue, and there's a lot of differential finish. First on the screws, which are all functional. Second, you can see that the case flank has a bevel that runs all the way down the case band, around the side of the lug, and then it wraps all the way around. Now, the edge of the bezel is polished. The top is satinated, but if you look very carefully, I'll do my best to show you this, the wells between the raised ridges, those are also polished. The dial is gorgeous, and it's not to be mistaken for the same blue dial polished numeral 2019 gradient sunburst. That dial only features luminescent hands. This dial features both hands and luminescent indices, making it considerably easier to read. We do have those sliver-like applique meter Roman numerals. They are polished metal to match the hands, which are broadsword style. And then we have the strakes across the center dial with a sunburst metallic underneath the hours. We do have a hacking or stop seconds function, in addition to a quick set, so you can quick set the date, pull the crown out all the way, stop the seconds, synchronize to a reference time. Quick switch, help me out for a second. The case. Not much to see on the reverse side. It's clean, but it's a solid case back. What's inside is more interesting. It's all 100 meters water resistant and 1200 Gauss anti-magnetic. So remember, 1000 Gauss is 1000 Gauss. This is 20% more than that. The movement is a drop-in replacement for the ETA 2892A2, so it's 25.6 millimeters in diameter, which is the same as the ETA, but it is the Cartier 1847 MC. They make it themselves. It's a bidirectional automatic winder with a 42-hour power reserve, hacking, and a quick set date, 23 joules, and it beats away at 8 beats per second. The water resistance is nice, but the anti-magnetic qualities make this a truly exceptional polyvalent timepiece. Not so much a sports watch as an all-arounder. It's graceful. It has timeless style. It is immune to planned obsolescence. This model line has outlived its creator and its beneficiary, and it will outlive any of its current customers. I have no doubt in the 200th anniversary, the year 2204, this watch will be just as fashionable and just as enduring as it is today. So reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.